Morning, Scituate, and welcome to the September 14th update, our weekly update from Board of Selectmen, Town Administrator, and School Committee. A couple things I want to mention before I pass it over to Jim. I want to thank Chief Murphy for having the 9/11 ceremony last Friday. Good turnout, and a lot of work went into it, and then, of course, we had a call in the middle of it, and half the fire department had to leave, but nonetheless, thank you, Murph, for putting that together. Other thing I want to mention that we mentioned at our last Selectmen's meeting is that this will be the last weekend that Front Street is going to be closed for the outside dining. That doesn't mean there won't still be some, but the Front Street will not have to be closed for that. So after this Sunday night, Front Street will then be open. We ask you all to drive slowly. We may be putting up some sort of traffic things in there to keep people moving slowly in the streets there. Like I said, there'll be outside dining on the sidewalks, behind establishments and some of the parking areas, but Front Street will be open. And then lastly, which I know Bill and Janice will mention a lot about, is this is the first week of school. School is starting for kids on Wednesday, if I'm correct. I know my 8th grader is starting Wednesday. Just be aware of it. There's going to be school buses. There's going to be kids getting back and forth to school. So drive slowly, drive carefully, and just be aware of traffic around the high school and the other elementary schools. So, with that being said, I'll pass it over to Jim.
Thank you, Tony. As always, we start with the COVID update. Tough week in terms of total COVID numbers, but the majority of cases that we have this week are all out-of-state cases. So the town actually, since last Tuesday, have had 8 new reported COVID cases for Scituate. Only 2 of those are actually in Scituate. The other 6 tested positive out-of-state and are quarantining out-of-state. It is our assumption that these are college students who are going back to school and being tested, but they will show up on our numbers. We are not sure at this point if that will change our color on the state infection rate map, if that is going to go up. But again, people should realize that of those 8 cases, 6 of them are out of state, but they are Scituate residents, and they are quarantining at their places where they are now. The state infection rate yesterday was 2.2%. We are still in our water ban, no outdoor watering. The reservoir is at 35.43% full. We got 0.12 inches of rain last week. Slightly down at the treatment plant, we're at 683 gallons through the treatment plant a day, 83,000, down from 700,000, so it is starting to trend down. As the boats come out of the water and people stop watering, that number should continue to go. And our manganese levels from the treatment plant, from the raw water to what is going out, are cut in half by our new treatment process. So the manganese levels are significantly lower going out. We just ask people to continue to conserve water. We're hoping at the end of this week we're going to get some rain from one of the tropical storms that are down south. And I saw Louisiana could get anywhere between 10 and 20 inches of rain right now from this storm. So we'll take a small portion of that if we can get it at the end of the week. Cedar Point construction project has commenced. They're out there doing survey work, prep work, erosion control, some test pits. They will also offer to the residents to video your house and your foundation inside and out, so there's a record of what condition your structure is in before they start construction. That way, if you think there's an issue, they'll have video proof whether or not it was caused by the construction. So if they knock on your door, it is something to consider. We don't expect the actual construction really to be in the ground for the next couple of weeks. It mostly should be just survey work at this point. But that will be a significant disruption to residents. It's going to be a big project. The streets will be closed. There'll be 2-way traffic on what is now 1-way streets. So you need to pay attention to the traffic engineers and to the signs and to the police. And we will be posting updates every Friday for the next week's work once the project starts going in earnest. Finally, the Egypt Beach project will start this week. I believe they're down there today doing the prep work, and then they will start doing the work on the berm. As we've talked about quite a bit, the stones that we're using on Egypt Beach will be significantly smaller than the stones being used on Man Hill, and we will bury them under the existing stones on this, so the beach will be anywhere from 18 to 24 inches taller in appearance and look and feel. It should be the same. So that project should be underway starting this week, and that's about a 2-week project. That's all I have for this week.
Great. Who wants to start, Janice?
I'll start. Thank you. Good morning. I'd just like to remind everybody we have a school committee meeting tonight that starts at 6. We have executive session before that. And this week is the start of school, so I ask families be patient with, as in every start of school, but this year especially so, with buses, and all the new procedures that kids will have to go through. So, but with that, I'll turn it over to Bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice. Good morning, everyone. And as has been said earlier this morning, it's an exciting week for us. It's opening day, if you will, to use a sports analogy for students. And not any traditional opening day. It's been approximately 6 months before kids have populated our buildings, and we're really excited to have them back. Our educators have been in over the last 10 days preparing. Our classrooms and schools look wonderful thanks to our great custodians. The tents for outdoor learning are in and being put up, so that's really exciting. The fields, as Mr. Boudreau has mentioned in the last few meetings, are online and looking great. So it's really an exciting time. As far as specifics go, the first day of school will be this Wednesday for grades 1 through 12, starting in a hybrid schedule, Wednesday being a fully remote day. Thursday, the 17th, will be, the buses will officially start. Kindergarten's first day is also that Thursday, this Thursday, the 17th. And the Early Childhood Center's first day will be next Monday, the 21st. Now, as far as getting ready for school this week, each school sent out a letter last week with specific details, but we want to enhance that with some orientations that will begin Wednesday, even though it's a remote day and you'll have some activities online. Each school will be offering specific opportunities at specific times for students to come in smaller groups, to get to see the school, to get to see the traffic patterns, their classrooms, to alleviate any of that anxiety as we start with the first full day on Thursday. The elementary school will also be offering parent orientations on that Wednesday evening. Those times have been sent out as well, so that'll be a great opportunity for parents to have their questions answered as the students start the following day, physically in the buildings. Also, our assistant principals and a handful of our teachers were actively involved working with Seth from Scituate Community Cable to make some outstanding videos that will be rolling out either tonight or tomorrow to all the families, and they'll be on our website if you want a school-based specific, or all the schools will be represented. And in these videos, we visibly and audibly point out basically a day in a life for the students. Where you get off of the bus, where you can get picked up, how you and where you enter the building, how you line up for your classroom, where your classrooms are, how to go from classroom to classroom, use of the lavatories in lunch. So all those types of things that people are concerned about, I think this video does a real nice job of doing that, similarly to what our previous video about showing the classrooms did. So we'll have that out for you also, so we think we're in a good position to prepare everybody prior to the opening day. And I would just reiterate what Ms. Lindblom said, have some patience. It's the first day for not only the buses, which are typically, challenging in traffic flow. I know the Scituate Police has offered to come out and help with traffic flow. But we want your patience and also your feedback, because we want to do this right and we want to do it well. So we'll continue to improve. We'll look forward to your feedback, and we're excited to have the kids back. The last update I have is from our Medical Advisory Committee, which has been meeting regularly every Thursday morning, and this will be continued throughout the year. The goal is to review the weekly COVID data and metrics that Mr. Boudreau mentioned. We look at a variety of metrics, the governor's metric. We also look at positivity cases. We also look at the geographic areas. We also look at cases whether they're out of state or in the schools. So we include a lot of data with our medical experts in making decisions on our reopening plan and the phasing plans for moving from phase to phase. The real good part about this, starting this Thursday in our Thursday Thoughts, which is our weekly digital newsletter, this medical advisory group will have a weekly report, which in layman's terms will explain to you the data we're receiving and what decisions we're making, and giving everyone a clear heads up on what the medical data is showing us and what decisions we're making based on that data. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody on Wednesday. Please contact your local school if you have any specific questions, and we'll see you all on Wednesday. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Janice. Just want to thank you both, whole school committee and all the administration staff, for putting this together. This was a big lift, and you're organized, and the town seems to know what's going on, and I think these videos are great, and I think it's going to work out well. It's difficult times for everybody, and we're going to have to adapt, but you've done as much as you can to prepare us for this, so thank you both. With that being said, that's all I have. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll have an update next Monday.